Freetown is currently the hotspot for devastating flooding and mudslides in Sierra Leone. According to a report from the National Disaster Management Agency, in 2022, close to 12,903 people, 1,817 households were affected, with 8 deaths, 79 injured, and 4 missing persons from flash floods and landslides. Over 21% of the houses flooded by water and 16.4% hit by landslides remained inhabitable.
So, poor land use planning, as we call it, has resultant effects on the environment, not only for people but also for nature. And so we've seen uncontrolled building in slopy areas in Freetown. As a result, we've seen massive deforestation taking place, and that has rendered the land susceptible to landslides. From 2017 October, we saw what happened. We also see soil erosion, which is clogging our drainage systems and contributing to flooding. We've also seen that this has led to massive surge in temperatures. Freetown over the years have become hotter and hotter because the top coverage, tree coverage in the slopy areas have all gone. And so this also has implications for the water supply potentials for Freetown. It's also affecting water supply.
It's a perennial problem that is worsening because of the rapid construction of houses on the hilltops of Freetown's once lush and verdant urban vegetation. We flew our drone across some areas of Freetown to assess the extent of destruction on its hilltops. The results were hair-raisingly shocking. For the first time, we got a transparent aerial view of the extent of the destruction that an unchecked and unregulated issuance of building permit and irksomely poor urban planning has had on our environment. For a place that had once experienced the dreadfulness of deforestation, in Regent, the result was even more frightful. This here is the famous Motomere in Regent village, a spectacle of devastating ruin. It is one of the many examples of the ravaging effects of natural disasters occurring on a yearly basis in Freetown. Beneath my feet are still trapped hundreds of bodies that were unable to be recovered from the August 14, 2017 mudslide, and hundreds of houses that were similarly destroyed. What Sierra Leone doesn't learn from its mistakes, if anything, it only gets worse. This plaque, which was erected by the government in August 2020, symbolizes an everlasting reminder of the supreme agony that the constituents of this area suffered as a result of deforestation and illegal construction of houses. Our drone flew over Motomere again for the first time after that record-breaking disaster, and noticed that not only have people begun building houses around the same area, but have also started swelling the number of their constituency after the government had said that no one should relocate to the area. They chose defiance and connivance over discretion and circumspection. From across one of the windows at the Ministry of Lands at U building, the sight of clustered houses on the hills greeted us welcome after we had gone to speak with one of the directors of planning, that didn't materialize. Since we cannot avert disasters, leaned on things that are still a way out through deliberate and selfless mitigation.
So I think there are two things. One, we resort to good land use planning.
Okay.
So yes, deforestation is rife, but people should resort to planting more trees after cutting trees. So it's like you cut one tree, you plant three in the stead. That will help, mitigate. There is something called nature-based solution, which is using nature itself to solve problems of degradation of land use cover. So planting more trees and also planning properly. Building on hills is very good. If you go to other cities around the world, you can see their building regimes very, very well. You build on hills, you do proper drainage systems on hills, you also do what's called contour, like you do contour planning on hills. So it makes the place resilient to landslides, resilient to erosion, and subsequently flooding. So nature-based solutions, planting more trees, but also doing proper landscaping. Because when you build without landscaping, you leave the topsoil loose. So for every rain, look at the roads we're making. We're doing beautiful roads, but at the end of the day, they become washed with silts and gravel because we don't do proper landscaping. So doing proper landscaping will also help the problem of erosion.
As I gaze regrettably at the monumental catastrophe at Motomé and the good souls we lost that year, I ask, when will leaders in Sierra Leone take deliberate actions to regulate the issuance of building permits and begin to properly plan their city to avert future disasters? AYV News, Victor Jones, Freetown.